Okay.
KP's video
You know who it
news.
is?
It's KP's video news, y'all.
I ain't afraid of you, mother.
It's KP's video news, y'all.
Daddy O's Jazz Patio. That's right. It's Daddy O's Jazz Patio. Coming back to you. KP's video news. All right, folks. I'm gonna dive right in. Dive right in. You had a white bus driver in Morgan County, Georgia, has lost his job after a video showed him pushing a pair of young black siblings and telling them to go to the back of the bus. The incident reportedly went down on September 9th and stemmed from the bus driver, James O'Neill, telling a 6-year-old boy to sit at the back of the bus. And the Morgan County charter school system was made aware of the incident this past Friday afternoon and involved the bus driver and students. And they claim they took immediate action, including notifying the county sheriff's office, and they're working with who they are working with during the investigation. And they say they cannot share any further details. However, the driver was terminated. And Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mother, shared the video and captured it, saying, how is it that he was just terminated? He should be charged with assault. And he pushed a kid and assaulted his sister. And she wrote beneath the video, and in addition to the district officials, the children's parents, Blake and Nakina, spoke out and alleged that the situation was racially motivated. And he said his son was terrified. He was scared. He called for his older sister. As you could hear, he was crying. He was horrified. You're supposed to be protecting children, not terrorizing children. I don't know why he told him to sit at the back of the bus, because the high school kids sit back there, and normally the primary school kids sit right behind the bus driver. Following an investigation, O'Neill was ultimately arrested this past Friday. An investigation resulted in the arrest of James O'Neill on 2 counts of simple battery. Morgan County Chief Deputy stated that the Morgan County Citizens report, while this was not a complex investigation, it was complicated by the allegations that the incident was perceived as being racially motivated. And yeah, so he lost his job, and got arrested. So this story here was one that they really didn't talk too much about in the media, and as well as this particular story that I'm getting ready to tell you about right now. It said Las Vegas Metro Police are investigating a report that a fan struck an NFL player at Allegiant Stadium on Sunday afternoon. And a report was taken following a battery call alleging that a spectator at the stadium struck a professional football player, Kyler Murray, the quarterback. So, alleging a spectator at the stadium struck a professional football player just before 6:30 p.m., but the suspect has not been identified. The alleged incident happened during the celebrations of the Arizona Cardinals' 29-23 victory over the Las Vegas Raiders. And the video showed Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray, 25, celebrating after the team won by high-fiving fans before he appeared to have been smacked in the face while turning around. Murray began to engage in a confrontation with someone in the crowd before walking back onto the field. While police confirmed there was a battery involved, a fan and the player at the stadium, they would not confirm who the player was. So that's obvious. If you got the football player that just got smacked in the face, that obviously is the one that did it. Okay, get him. Okay, here we have somebody that's straight out of the Stone Ages over here. This next story, they got a Republican in Michigan that just happens to be a House candidate. John Gibbs may have beaten his primary opponent, who had voted to impeach Trump. Still, his prior actions in the early 2000s would make for many conversations heading into the midterms. Gibbs stated and he started a think tank during his time at Stanford University, the Society for the Critique of Feminism. In this organization, the House candidate reportedly argued against women's right to vote and pushed the belief that men are smarter than women because they are more likely to think logically about broad and abstract ideas to deduce a suitable conclusion without relying on emotional reasoning. So this is his statement. This is his statement right here. And so he said, he also claims that women don't have the characteristics, to govern, and blame the 19th Amendment for the uncontrollable size of the government. And this is what he stated. Don't get mad at me. This is what Gibbs stated. Some argue that in a democratic society it is hypocritical or unjust for women, who are 50% of the population, not to have the vote, Gibbs stated. And this is obviously not true, since the founding fathers, who understood liberty and democracy better than anyone, did not believe so. In addition, all people under age 18 cannot vote, although they too comprise a significant portion of the population. So we cannot say that women should be able to vote simply because they are a large part of the population. So the Society for the Critique of Feminism had also gone on to endorse many anti-feminist organizations, specifically the highlighted Fathers Manifesto, which started a petition to repeal the 19th Amendment. And that 19th Amendment is what gave women the right to vote. And the spokesman for Gibbs' campaign stated, immediately try to put a spin on it, saying that, he was just a college kid and his mother works. He doesn't care about whether women should work or vote. His mother worked. That's no excuse. It's no excuse. He's an idiot and a clown. He's an idiot and a clown. And telling you, man, this guy, he's just a complete idiot, man. This black Republican over here. Yep, that's a joke in itself. On to the next clown. We got a ultra conservative Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin stated on Tuesday that he considered white supremacy. Ron Johnson stated that he condoned white supremacy before quickly trying to correct the slip of the tongue, Freudian slip. That's what he was thinking. But people on the internet mercilessly pounced on him. So Johnson, made the statement in an interview on Fox. But the person he was talking to only made it worse. One jokester imagined that the person that he was doing the interview with was telling him, hey man, wait a minute, man, remember the dog whistle, like we practiced. Anyway, Johnson's record on race happens to be problematic. In the 2020 interview, he refused to condemn the Kenosha shooter, Kyle Rittenhouse, who shot two Black Lives Matter protesters. Let me correct one thing right here. These people were Black Lives Matter protesters that got killed, and this is how uninformed this particular person is running for office. Because the two people that got killed were white. They were out there protesting, but they were white. One was Jewish and the other one was white. So Johnson stated that justice was served when Rittenhouse was acquitted. Obviously, he didn't even know that when he automatically assumed, because these people were at a Black Lives Matter protest, that they were black, and they weren't. So this is one of the reasons now why you have so many far-right racist groups coming out of the woodwork, because they saw all of these young white kids that were out there protesting after the George Floyd situation side by side with the young black kids, and they can't handle the fact that blacks and whites on the young people actually like each other. They hate it. They hate the fact that so now they're doubling down on their hate and their racism, and you really have to be careful, and you really have to talk to your kids, and you really have to keep a close eye on your neighbors, man, because your neighbors are right there, You know, they live right next door to you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they like you. You know, so you got to keep your eyes open, folks. Don't be lulled to sleep by somebody waving at you saying hello when inside in their heart they really hate your guts. They really hate the fact that you even live in their neighborhood. Okay, this next story, you got any motorists out there that drive Korean cars like Hyundais and Kias should be extra careful about where they park their cars. Some late model cars built by the Southern Korean company are easy targets, according to the Insurance Institute. And data analyzed by the organization shows that whole vehicle theft claims involving Hyundais and Kia models built from 2015 to 2019 are nearly twice as common as claims for cars made by other manufacturers during that same time period. The total number of thefts reported increased during the pandemic, and many of these cars are not equipped with an electronic immobilizer that prevents thieves from basically bypassing the ignition system. So the earlier studies showed that the vehicle's theft losses plunged after immobilizers were introduced. Unfortunately, Honda and Kia have lagged behind other manufacturers in making them standard equipment. Now they made it 2015 model. They made it an option. They made it an option for $2,700 option on the on the Kia Forte. The Kia Forte, as an example, the immobilizer wasn't even available on the base model, but it was part of the premium package that was priced $2,700 more. You know, if you chose the EX trim, if you chose the luxury trim, then you got the immobilizer. But if you chose the base model, you didn't. It was an option. So Hyundai made electronic immobilizer standard on all of its cars starting on November 1st, 2021, while every member of Kia's 2022 range comes with it. So Kia just updated their things for 2022. They have the immobilizer, but Hyundai got the jump on them back in 2021. So, but now Hyundai also, let anybody that was concerned that owns a Hyundai that was built between the years of 2015 and 2019, you can go there and you can buy this immobilizer kit. And this kit is actually going to start selling in October 2022. So next month they'll be selling this kit that you can have added on to your car that would immobilize your car if anybody tried to bypass your ignition. Okay, folks. So, hey, you got that Kia, you got that Hyundai out there that was built between 2015 and 2019. Coming in October, if you own a Hyundai, you'll be able to go get the immobilizer kit. And, it's not going to be free. You can believe that. Just take it over there to Kia and Hyundai, and they'll put it on. It doesn't say any in this, stated that that Kia is going to be offering the option or not, but Hyundai will. So, it's Daddy-O's Jazz Patio.
KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all.
Subscribe to KP's Video News and share.
It's KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP.